Well, coming up tomorrow, it'll mark 1 year without Bluffton Police Officer Dominic Francis. For the first time, we are hearing from his wife, Ricki, learning more about who Dominic was and what made him such an integral part of his community. Kalie Marantette, she got a chance to sit down with Ricki, his widow. And Kalie, tell us more about what she had to say.
Well, Ricki says Dominic could speak 2 languages, sarcasm and English. He would substitute for elementary music classes, drive the softball team around on a bus, and do anything that anyone needed. Someone you could rely on, and someone who was just more than an officer.
You've heard the processions.
He faced what he needed to be done without hesitation.
The speeches.
Dominic the Peacemaker.
Except his name and title is the only thing many of us know about Dominic Francis.
He held us all together. When we needed anything, he was the one all of us went to.
No one knows him better than the woman who stood by Dominic's side for 14 years, Ricki Francis.
I was working full-time EMS in Findlay, and he was a police officer in Findlay, and we reconnected, and I think we went on our first date like 13 years after we met. He honestly he completed me.
It was March 30th, 2022, the last time she saw him.
He drove by, hanging out the window, being goofy as he was, yelling at me, and he went on to work. When I got up for work the next day, I heard car doors out front. It was your picture perfect 4 officers standing on my doorstep. To this day is a huge hit to our family. So, it's been rough.
A missing piece of the Bluffton community and cory-rawson local schools, a place that his name now hangs on the side of the weight room facility.
This was his sanctuary, absolutely his sanctuary, probably from high school as long as I can, to the day he died. He was probably, I'm not gonna lie, he was probably here that Wednesday morning. This is where they all knew him.
Not only will Dominic's name stay here, but also the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C.
He put his badge down with the roll call book, and so we have some pictures of when he was actually there to go with him being added to it.
But he's more than an etched-in name. A husband, father, coach, volunteer firefighter, and friend to anyone and everyone.
To wrestling in my kitchen with some of the teenage boys, to Nerf gun wars with the neighbors' kids. That's the side of Dom that needs to be out there. And a huge eye-opening to so many of us around here that we need to honor the people like Dom before they're gone. He did so much for so many people, and I think even myself sometimes took for granted how outstanding of a human being he was.
The Memorial Fund for Officer Francis will help fund 2 scholarships for students this year. And later in this year, Interstate 75 in Bluffton will be dedicated to him and officially the Dominic Francis Memorial Highway. In studio, Kalie Marantette, WTOL 11.
So many people are hurt and disappointed in the process of the justice system and everything with the cases for the 3 gentlemen. Instead of being angry, remember that this is something he fought years on end, this justice system he fought years on end to uphold.
Updating the story now, 3 men have pled guilty in the death of former Officer Francis. This month, Eamon Johnson pled guilty to 6 charges and was sentenced to 21 to 26.5 years in prison. Dante Tate pleaded guilty to multiple charges back in February. He was sentenced to 30 months behind bars. And Zachary Love pleaded guilty to multiple charges. He will be sentenced in May. He faces a maximum of 7.5 years in prison.